Block planes. If you've got one of these newer style ones, or the older style ones, I would encourage you, if you are going to get a block plane, make sure you can get one that's adjustable and not sort of guesstimate it. You want a screw thread and you want that removable mouth or movable mouth. These are great for taking the final cut off. You might be fitting a set of drawers and they've just got to have a whisker off, and you can just take the finest of fine little shavings off, just to get that drawer sliding perfectly, or just to get that door fitting so it doesn't catch. So block planes, I would use my block plane more than any other plane, I think. When it comes to end grain, there is a right direction and a wrong direction with an end grain, believe it or not. And the only way I know is you give it a bit of a pass one way, and then you give it a couple of passes the other way and you see which one's the smoother. That one I think's the right way. Yeah, definitely. If you feel that it's rough, when I went the other way, it's smooth. And what a great example that was too. You see these tear out here. If you're making a set of drawers and you're doing dovetails and you have to plane the end grain, to prevent that from happening, what you do is a little chamfer on the end with your plane, just like that, just on the end. Now I can plane past that end and it won't break out. So there's no tear out there. But the other end I haven't. I'll plane that and you watch it tear out. Started to split on the ends. So by putting that little chamfer on there, it prevents tear out. Or plane it to a certain size. For that we'll get a knife, we'll get a square. And there you've got your mark line all the way around, and we'll take that down to that line using the block plane. And this is ideal after you've done a saw cut. When you do an end grain, make sure you've got a fine mouth. That's why I like these adjustable mouths. And just the slightest amount of blade poking out. For cleaning it up, first things, put that chamfer on there so we don't get tear out. And away we go. If I've got a lot to remove, I'll actually go from side to side. So I'll chamfer this side and work my way into the middle. And then the same on the other side. And we're nearly there. Be mindful as you're taking this out, you're also removing that chamfer on the end. So every so often just whack a little one on there. And that's looking pretty darn good. That's the beauty of a block plane. I use the block plane for so many things. For fitting joints, for fitting doors. And then you can clean up and even out a box. Starts to bind, put a little bit of wax on it. And then you have a nice smooth box planed all the way around. The other thing I like block planes for is for putting chamfers. Just taking the sharp edges or arrowing a piece of timber. So you haven't got a sharp edge like that, you can just run your plane up, you get the finest of shavings and it takes that sharp edge off. Or if you really wanted to, you can put a heavier round over on there, which is also quite nice. No need for a router. Don't have to turn the power tool on. And you can get a nice round over like that. Or you can arris. Again, all with a block plane.